it's here. Angels Fall First 1.0, and of course you got the hotfix. What's changed? Well, I guess a lot of bug fixes, and there's now a tutorial, which Training Practice Arenas. If you're new to the game, it can help you out a little bit, just to orient you. If you're not new, you've been with early access, then it's more of a just take a look at what they have added. But I guess you can use this to kind of experiment more than just with the debugs. Now, I guess it's going to be like a... well, is it a good game? And the answer is, well, yeah, it's a good game.
This is our galaxy as we know it today. 4 millennia have not stilled the schisms of mankind. The stellar nations, each an original colony of Earth, now vie for control as once nations fought over the clay of the homeworld. Nothing has changed. Proud Antares, mankind's eldest colony of worlds, once defeated some 1,000 years past. Now under a new power, Antares seeks independence from the League of Nations. For herself, and for many border systems. The United League, founded by 5 nations, has endured for almost a millennia, but dissent is deeply so. And as more nations rally to the resurgent Antarian Emperor, the League finds itself more embattled by the day.
And that sets the stage. Basically, you either fight for the Unity League or the Antarian Empire. So as for the lore video, well, I'm not really good at videos, as you probably already tell from my older videos. I think what I'll probably do is maybe just
Welcome to the Angels Fall First
play the
tutorials.
game and talk about it.
Please move forwards and activate one of the available tutorials with the interaction key.
So is it a good game? Yes, it's a good game. Is it going to be Game of the Year? No. Probably not.
Welcome, Marine. You are currently in the briefing room of a USN Hugin-class battleship. Read these tutorial prompts carefully, and we'll all get along splendidly. Use the interaction key to proceed to the next message. If needed, all the controls can be rebound in the menu. Also in the menu, you will find the TAC map, which will help you navigate the world, both in this tutorial and in the actual missions. You can press the home key at any time, or redeploy from the TAC map to return to the tutorial select.
Choose from the tutorials available.
Okay, and they use the TAC map. This thing used to be like, just shows you the briefing stuff. So
Observe the objective marker on your
really
HUD.
good.
This indicates a command has been given to you by a superior officer. Marines are expected to obey such orders.
In the field, commanders can issue orders to squad leaders, and squad leaders to squad members.
You've been given command of O'Neill to assist you. Isn't that right, O'Neill?
Hello, sir, that's right.
Jolly good chap. To select a subject for your
Sounds very
orders,
English to you.
aim at and tag an enemy, a friendly, or an objective under your crosshairs. Press the tag key whilst aiming at the hologram in the shooting range to tag it.
Okay. I forgot what my key bindings are. That's switch weapons. That's night vision.
Press the tag key whilst aiming at the hologram in the shooting range to tag it.
There you go, that's
Now
tag.
with your target tagged, press and hold the command key. Move your selection over the target order and release to issue a target order on the enemy hologram. Attack this objective.
Right, sir, watch this.
context sensitive. Depending on what you tagged, you will be able to order your team or squad members to target, support, or move to locations. Squad mates and squad leaders, if you're the entire team's commander, can also be selected and ordered by left and right clicking on the tag map.
Remember, you will be rewarded for giving and following orders competently. Since you're at the gun range, experiment with the available weaponry once applied, and use the target range for practice.
But let's get the bad news out of the way first, and
Return to the briefing room for more tutorials when you feel ready to move on.
while it's in 1.0, pretty good. There, other than like I guess a few new maps, there isn't too much different as far as like let's see, weapons and stuff go. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see any new weapons. So no new vehicles or anything. Pretty sure they've done some changes. SRs, I know those things. But yeah, it was mostly the tutorial.
Return to the briefing room for more tutorials when you feel ready to move on.
Big part. And some new maps, which is also pretty good. I'm behind the bar. Oh, and take a look at this. Now this is great. Okay. Yeah, the tutorial with the artwork and stuff. Nice little devlog. So that's kind of the bad news is.
Belay that, there seems to have been an accident at the firing range. One of your fellow soldiers has been incapacitated. Let's use this opportunity for some quick combat medic training. Go back to the shooting range. You find your teammate by shooting him with the multi-wrench. It's completely safe and will repair his armor in no time.
Let's see, I need help here, I need help here. I need help here, I need help here.
You can select the multi-wrench with the next and previous weapons keys. If you don't currently have a multi-wrench in your inventory, I think he's going to be just fine now. You can return to the briefing room for more tutorials. We'll be holding the court-martial later.
Before the court-martial later. Okay. So bad thing is also it's Unreal Engine 3, even though I like Unreal Engine 3 compared to 5, and the mess 4 was such a mess that they had to go with 5. It's an old engine, so there has been some complaints of hackers. That's kind of the reason why a lot of people have dropped from
Return to the briefing room for more
competitive
tutorials
multiplayer.
when
A
you
lot of
feel
people
ready
like
to
looking
move
at
on.
me myself. I go to Helldivers, which is basically it's not competitive. It's co-op and stuff. So just it's just having fun. So don't have to worry about trolls coming in and breaking the whole system because they used a wall hack or an aimbot and destroy everything. Here, you've heard some accusations, maybe because they don't know the whole, oh, it's stapled here. They don't know the whole, charge of knife attack.
For more tutorials when you feel ready
That
to
you can
move on.
kind of like just run in and tag someone with a one-hit kill. So, that's more of a learning thing, so maybe that's a hit on this tutorial. It's not exactly complete, but, it is something that could be a patch in. And are they doing anything after this? Is this it? Is this the end of Angels Fall First together? And that's kind of a
You are
thing
now on
because
board an orbital vehicle
with the
testing
video game
facility.
market as it is, and I think this is another reason why Angels Fall First had such low population in early access. If it doesn't get continual updates, continual content,
Vehicle availability
it's
varies per. You'll
not
be
gonna be
notified of a
popular.
vehicle being awarded to you when you respawn, or whenever it becomes available. Approach the indicated vehicle in the garage and press the interaction key in order to simulate a vehicle drop.
Granted, again, this is like the older business model for video games before, before loot boxes and microtransactions and in-game stores, which is why I love this thing. And then now that the industry is kind of coming towards the AAA industry is coming towards a complete crash, this game is immune from the crash.
When the vehicle is about to be deployed, you can adjust its loadout, exactly like in the case of
necessarily there
infantry.
to make
To change your
profits and
loadout,
investments
simply
and all
select
that
an
other
item
stuff.
on the equipment list to the left.
It's a
Then
game people
select an
enjoy,
item in
and
the
that's
slot
the great
list
thing about
to
it.
either swap out the equipment or change its mods. Experiment by adding and removing loadout items to the vehicle.
Just mines.
Observe your points budget bars to the top right. Battle experience is measured and tracked against 3 criteria. Combat, for inflicting damage on the enemy. Support, for assisting your teammates. And
So that's my
command,
presets
for
in,
following
so
and giving
yes, more
orders
my key bindings.
appropriately. Each of these corresponds to a budget category you must fit your loadout within. Every mod and piece of equipment costs a certain amount of budget in each category. You can choose any mod or equipment that you like, but if you exceed your budget in any way, you'll be unable to deploy.
So this game, as you know, it's very much a lot like
unless you die, upon which they may be claimed and bound to the next driver. If you do not currently own a vehicle, one may be commandeered from any AI driver. Camera point of view can be changed with previous and next camera, default, comma and period keys. The seat can be changed with previous and next seat, default N or M. All vehicles have secondary gun assets, which are controlled by the onboard computer unless occupied.
But yeah, those are the combined
Target
arms
highlighted
on
enemy
the
vehicle
planet
by
maps,
aiming at it and pressing the tag button.
used to be a joke, made it. Or I didn't. Nope. But the whole thing was, you come for the space combat, you stay for the planet combat. Once you get like the hang of the ground stuff, it makes you, it seems to be a little more intuitive, probably because, everyone's used to space, and, does something to make sure I don't exactly flip it on the side, because there is no way to flip vehicles over once they're over, so it automatically rolls correct stuff. So that's pretty nice. Nice little QL. Oh, I need a tag. Tag goodness. Where that's at. So the ground maps are good, but the novelty is in the space ones. And as I said, this is like the 2142 we're never going to get because EA is not going to make it because, I don't know, I guess it wasn't as successful as their more historical and modern warfare thing. Their science fiction ones weren't that good. We're thinking, what was it, 2042? And again, it has all the modern Android Wilson basically requirements. In other words, it needs a store, it needs battle passes, it needs shops, and everything else, which is not in this game. So it's great. But again, nicer graphics. This is UE3. It pushes it to the limits. And
Tagging enables the weapon aim lead indicator, displays target information to the bottom right of the HUD, and allows the issuing of relevant orders to subordinates.
The vertical color denotes identification friend or foe. It also changes from neutral to alert color when an enemy target is in range.
this objective. Also shown are bars for the target's armor and structural status, including energy shields at present. The target vehicle is on the enemy team and should be destroyed.
Really
Open the vehicle command menu and order your vehicle's weapon to fire by issuing a target order, or switch to the turret seat and destroy it yourself.
is the way the space maps work. It's kind of like I said, it has the difference between vehicles and vessels.
Are now available to test.
We're
ready to return to the briefing
This is the
room.
game that does
Press
vessels
show
rather than
ready
just
before
vehicles.
escape.
So
To
what
open the
vessels
tab
are
map.
is when it's the map you can actually
With
move
the tab
around.
map open, you will need to choose a
Vehicles is
location,
where
a war
they
room, and a spawn point within that location from the lists to the top left.
avatar is replaced
You
by
will then be
model
able to
replaces
hit
your avatar.
deploy to the bottom right
So,
in order to return to the
You
briefing room.
see me driver's seat right there. And you can see my name. But it's not, you can't move around, you can just switch seats and stuff, but that's about it. So, and I kind of wish that on the ground planets this really did lean more into the oh. Yeah. What's my map key? Oh, no, not that. That's the debug menu, but that's crouch. That's night vision. It's not a map. Should it be tab? No, tab's that. But hang on, I can go to tab map from the tab. Okay. And I gotta remember that stuff. Okay. But one thing I did wish they kind of do with the ground maps is, you know how the space maps have the vessel, they have ships you can actually go in and stuff. They kind of wish they did that with the ground maps. Now, you have like I guess a smaller ship, kind of like one of the similar size to the line ships, which really isn't much. It's just like a ramp and I guess kind of like a Y shape. I haven't done the small ships one, but they're really small. Heck, the Corvettes just have like one floor. And the only thing you can really do around Corvettes is you're just moving to repair from one place to another. So there is, I think in an earlier build they tried to like have these small ships with one breach point, but just so small, it's just don't worry about it. You hit with the ship combat, you hit with bombers, and that works. And it kind of adds into the whole the escort ships can take on the shuttles and some fighters, but won't do too well against the big capital ships. The big capital ships can take on like all the other ships, but are vulnerable to boarding, and fighters can you know, take out boarding ships and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of a nice cyclical balance there. And I kind of wish they did that with the ground ones, where they had like a small like a planet airship, like a Titan in the maps. You know, lean into the gimmick all the way through.
Your superior officer has given you a new objective. This objective is displayed at the top right of your HUD, but you should look around to find the location of the objective marker in the world and make your way towards it. In this case, we'll proceed to the ship's starboard weapons bay.
look at the lore and stuff, it was originally a mod
Capital
for
class ships have multiple subsystems which may
homework.
take damage and become disabled during... We've simulated damage to this railgun turret system. Go to the weapon console and repair it using the multi-wrench. You can select the multi-wrench with the next and previous weapons keys. If you don't currently have a multi-wrench in your inventory, you can pick one up. Well done. Repairing systems on capital ships can be a full-time occupation in battle and is vital to your team's survival in space.
On the escort ships, that's kind of
Now
all you do
proceed
for
to the hangar
movement.
bay, and we'll get
So-
you into a fighter craft for some flight training. Your superior officer has given you a new objective. Observe the HUD objective
think that's
UI to
kind
the
of
top
the,
right of your screen.
Sorry
Since
for
this
the
objective is outside the ship you are in,
pauses and
HUD
talking.
markers
I'm
are
trying
indicating
to,
the locations
not
of the ship's
very good at
helm and
screening
fighter
in
launch
Let's Plays.
bays.
That's why I don't do too many.
The helm
Playing
is
video
currently
games
disabled.
and talking,
Explore
I'm
the ship
worse than,
and launch a fighter when ready to start flight training.
some of the YouTubers you'd be yelling at when they do simple mistakes. Like, missing an objective, or failing to freaking reload, or throwing a grenade when you thought the pistol was up. So, but back on, there's no
This is the hangar bay.
planet ships.
From here
basically
you can
like
launch
Titans and
fighters,
stuff that you
bombers,
can kind
and
of just
dropships.
big
With
airships you can
descriptions
go
of each
around
craft at their respective
and
launch stations.
attack ground targets and stuff. But I think their
When you're ready, launch a fighter.
issue is, well, one, they have to program the AI to be able to use it, because that's kind of the whole thing is, if it's not used, someone will use it, and if it's abandoned, a bot will come in and kind of like fill the spot just to keep things going. So, and also another thing is they're wondering exactly how to get people on there. Now, there was going to be in the plans transport vehicles, but they never got made. No one actually kind of made a transport vehicle for an aerial transport. There's ground transport, but not aerial transports.
Go to the
And you have
bay
the aerial
and launch a
gunships.
fighter, please.
So, which is an upset now. Of course, that means that there could be expansions to this. Now, right now at the market, any expansion that will be sold separately would basically just tank the whole game. So, I think the devs are aware of that, so they're not going to do anything with that. But that's assuming they're going to continue anything other than just put this in maintenance mode. And another thing with this, I guess we haven't gotten to the small ships yet, but with the escort ships,
Get in a fighter.
the
The fighters that are in the
only way
to
to move
recap
off of them
controls for light
is this
spacecraft.
redeploy key.
The lean keys now roll your craft, and the sprint key engages your craft's engine.
Handling can be toggled between fully Newtonian free flight and more arcade-style gravitic controls with the toggle flight mode key.
Using both these engine modes is crucial for advanced maneuvers. Grav mode can help you turn and brake, while free mode lets you pivot without altering direction and fly faster over long distances. Can you fly to your destination, please?
And here's a trick you can do. Before your boost goes off, you can hit the free mode, and then you'll be...
Static enemy defense drones have been deployed. Destroy all three of them.
Aim at the drones and press the tag key to target.
And you can continue on, or if you kept in the gravity assist. Didn't charge me. I'm out of range.
If these were real enemies, they might employ seeking missiles. Vehicles have a countermeasure slot that can contain equipment to help you avoid being hit by these. You can use the vehicle countermeasures key to trigger them.
Attack this objective. Targets destroyed. That'll teach them not to mess with the Navy.
Now, return to the forward bay of the USNV Swift and dock by approaching the icon near the bay and hitting the interaction.
So yeah, the escort ships, the smaller capital ships, there's no docking, there's no way to... you're just on the ship and you just redeploy on and off. So, and I guess it's a kind of a small part. It's kind of like a reward and stuff. So
once docked, you can simply wait and be relaunched, fully rearmed and repaired. This time, however, instead hit the interaction key to respawn in the carrier bay.
Another thing is that their vehicles and everything else, you know, you have like infinite ammo. So.
You have failed to reboard the ship.
You're now back in your carrier's hangar bay. On some missions, dropships may be available. These can be used to board enemy carriers and stations.
I hear they come up.
Launch a dropship now by entering its module and approaching the cockpit ramp from the inside.
Now there was plans of trying to do like, I don't know if you saw the Star Wars Battlefront 3 mod, but they did think about making where you can take ships and fighters and go straight to the planets. Of course, that didn't go anywhere. So, and I kind of agree because it is kind of funny when you're fighting across space. Why would you just go into one small battlefield and not anywhere else? So if there was going to be a planet storm, but I think where you can like go from space to planet and then back to space, it'd have to be like a whole different game and stuff like that. So, but yeah, this one, separate the space from space and the planet from planet, is pretty good. And requesting launch clearance. This gives other people time to jump on board.
A captured enemy frigate has been parked nearby. Fly to the indicated location. Target the enemy frigate. Default key G.
Larger vessels have some exposed subsystems on their hull. These can be targeted individually. Enough damage on these points will disable the subsystem.
The ship will also repair these subsystems over time, but crew should be prepared to repair them faster.
Note the new icon which...
Fly towards it and press Use default key.
To join the boarding party,
Go now. If you fail to get inside the enemy frigate, you may either redock at the Hugon and try a second module, or simply open the TAC map and redeploy inside the enemy frigate to continue. You will board the enemy frigate. Your options here include sabotaging subsystem control panels, killing the crew, and destroying the core.
And
explore the interior and destroy the 3 core lockout consoles marked with yellow target HUD icons. Note that there are many subsystem consoles to sabotage.
I think here's where I should explain like the difference between frigates and battleships. These are the two carrier ships. Battleships are oriented lengthwise and they're the same. The bridge is in the front. Behind that is the hangar. Behind that's like the weapon stations and stuff like that. That's basically where you're going to repair. And then behind that's the engines and the core and stuff like that. Frigates, they're a little more vertical. So on top is where the bridge is at. So, and underneath the bridge is the engine section. So frigates, they're a little more compact, so it's kind of easier to defend against boarding on frigates. Whereas in battleships, you're kind of stuck determining whether to defend the bridge or defend the core. And if they take out the bridge and stuff like that, it's pretty much out of control. And that kind of, it doesn't destroy the ship, it knocks it out. Now in territories destroying capital ships, it kind of denies the territory, and also it knocks down the progress. And this game, to be honest, doesn't have like all the QOLs. For example, when you're progressing, like on a destroyed objective, you'll see the bar go down. Now, red bar going down is a good thing, but you don't realize it because you're thinking, oh, bar goes up, because that's kind of the way, that's kind of like a standard practice for all things. Blow everything up here. So I think that's gonna confuse a lot of new players, especially when they're like attacking something or uncapping. They see the bar go down instead of up. It's like everyone's. There is common standards and practices that have been developed over time since this game was, well, basically developed, and those have moved faster pace than Angels Fall First because mainly those were professional products with people whose livelihood was to fix and or paid stuff. So. Subsystems are easily broken from the inside. Here's the hangar. So hangar's on the bottom. For the AIA, the hangar's towards the back of the ship. For the ULA, the hangar's towards the front on frigates. Faster with the knife. There's a charge up attack. This is what made people think people are hacking on, and there you go. So the difference is it makes a nice little sound so people hear it when it goes off. So there you go.
The first core logout has been destroyed. Proceed to the next.
Oh, it's nice to leave a bunch of heavy weapons over there to blow it up, but then again, that's the thing important. The engineering tool is kind of like both offense and defense weapons. Now, what I like about this game, well, it's a callback back to when the golden age of gaming, when games were good, when you can look to them with positive results. You know, now it's like, okay, they're remaking a game. Well, great, how are they gonna ruin it? So, well, they already auto repaired. I guess that's kind of the thing.
The second core logout has been destroyed. Proceed to the core.
Now, frigates have 2 core lockouts. Yeah, they definitely took the health down really low for the tutorial, because they have like no HP, so they pretty much repair it instantly, or self-repair instantly.
You have found the engine room. Destroy the indicated core, but be advised, when you do, you will initiate a chain reaction and destroy the vessel. Be ready to evacuate.
Downstairs to escape the explosion.
There we go. The Easter egg. Gee, I wonder what the inspiration to this part of the Easter egg was from. But yeah, good callback back to a time when, you know,
Hey,
expected
you.
progress in games.
You're finally awake.
Not
You were the one
progress.
trying to blow up my spaceship, weren't you? Not so clever, are we? Got killed in the blast before you could steal a fighter and escape, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, I would have gotten clean away if I hadn't tripped over this Goomba who was lying drunk on the floor.
Oh, it's a slip-up.
Damn you Imperials. Space was fine before you came along. You shouldn't be here. Use the tank map and select the war room to redeploy. Shut up down there. Go redeploy yourself.
Ah, escape's attack map. Okay. You know, I could do escape, or I could...
What are you waiting for? There's nothing for you here. Go now.
You sure? You sure there's nothing for you? Okay.
Go redeploy yourself.
Okay.
What are you waiting for?
It
There's
just
nothing
goes
for you
around.
here.
It's
Go
keep
now.
looping up. Okay, so attack map. Okay.
Go redeploy yourself.
Yep. And deploy. But yeah, I mean, this is as close to a sequel to 2142 we're gonna get. And gameplay training.
In this final tutorial, we shall cover game modes and how to win battles.
Matches are won by successfully attacking or defending primary objectives. Primary objective tasks may include holding a location for a period of time, destroying a target, or rewiring a console by planting and defending a hacked device.
The little icons you see.
Secondary objectives indicate team spawn points. On land, these are dropship landing zones, whilst in space, they are frigate and battleship class carriers. While not critical like primary objectives, gaining or denying the enemy a spawn location will severely hinder their progress. Flashing icons mean an objective is currently being attacked by someone. There are two game
Another
modes
thing I
available.
like about this
The
game
first
is
is
that
incursion.
the whole
Attackers
vehicle
must complete a
deployment
number of
system
objectives split into 3 phases.
is because
On completion of a
in the
phase,
Battlefield
attackers
one,
must push
where
deeper
vehicles
into
are
the
on the map and
in
spawn
order
in,
to
you know,
reach the
and you can
next set
fill
of
with,
objectives.
could be kind of
Some
fun,
more
but
time to do so is awarded.
also kind of annoying. Plus, when you run to the vehicles, not everyone
When all
gets a chance
phases
to
are
go to the
complete, the
vehicles,
map
especially
is
if you
won
don't know
by the
exactly where they
attacking
go
team.
or where they start out. Now, the vehicle queue system,
The attacker's phase
it gives you a
progress will be
chance.
indicated at the top of the screen.
If there's a vehicle
Keep
you
an eye on
want,
it during combat.
then when you're offered a vehicle you don't want, you can skip that and
The
hopefully
defending
get the
team might
vehicle
instead
ship that
win
you
by
do
one
want.
of 2 strategies. Solid defense of primary objectives will run down the mission timer. Alternately, the defenders
Nothing
might opt to
is
concentrate
with
on their
the
secondary
leader
objectives.
actually, the leader
Depriving
powers.
the enemy of spawn points for
Squadrons
long
don't
enough
have any
will force a
powers. The only
retreat in
powers
this
is
mode.
the commander, and that's an attack map. And
The
as I said,
second game
vehicles have
mode is
infinite
called
ammo.
territories.
You know, kind of a hold off from Halo.
In
and
this
stuff.
mode, both teams fight for possession of a set of primary
But I
objectives.
kind of wish the vehicles did have a
Owning
limit
these
pool of ammo,
objectives
and
counts
then,
towards a team's
you know,
progress.
squadrons can call in.
This will be a game
logistics and
tracked at the
stuff.
top of the screen during combat.
Commanders, I kind
Destruction
of wish
of
had like, you
enemy-owned
know,
vehicles will
global
also
strikes
increase your
in
team's
ground
progress. Look
combat,
after your own assets.
or maybe like
The first team to achieve a full bar will
missile,
win.
like a high yield, like a nuke missile in space ones that, you know, you can kind of
Secondary
send
objectives
into,
will be present, but no team can win by
kind of do
timeout
like a
or by
big
holding
attack
all
or
the
something
enemy
like
spawn
that.
points
But
at this
there
mode.
really isn't anything like that. It's the typical commander abilities. You
This
got your
concludes the tutorials.
scan.
You now have access to several practice scenarios
You got your
to help
hack,
you get a
which,
feel for battle in space and on the
which
ground.
deletes
Make use
all
of
mines
these
and
and hone
reverts
your
all
skills. We wish you
turrets
the best
to
of luck.
yours. And then you have the ooh. Okay, this is where I'm going to do my ship tutorials if I do them. And what was I talking about? Okay. Oh yeah, the commander abilities. Yeah, the and of course the shield, which puts a bubble shield and stuff like that. So which is great, but I wish they could have you know, done more. Have like a supply chain. Again, there's mines, but there's no like mine clearing or countermeasures other than, you know, clear with your own vehicles and stuff like that. So kind of wish there was like a demine tool you can get out and I guess hit them with shock and EMP grenades or shock ammo, which can clear that, but it really slows down. And this game, since you know you kind of each map you're on a clock somehow, so and a lot of people just use mines just as a target because, you know, the driver has no weapons. They just go in and hit the they just go in and hit the enemy with the mine, stuff like that. Well, and let's talk about development. This has been in development since I've seen trailers like
Like a star falls burning, a trail of fire, tears from heaven. The civil world starts great before me. This neon girl has told his story. All that's left the vast and the deep, the empty holes full of fallen sleep. Blood ties to my uniform, from the skies to the earth below, where the end can come in any form. Swept up in this planet storm, running from the empire, fighting for the ceasefire, swooping over funeral pyre, drowning in a sea of fire. Heavy metal, score to settle, phoenix flowers, burning petals. Tell me what's the cost of liberation in a war on hell?
probably have moved on. So, are you gonna get more vehicles, more ships? Probably not. Probably doesn't happen, but get the game. Full game, everything's out. All you have to do is just grind to level up and unlock everything and crap. You know? And also the old 90s, early 2000s server browser. So you don't have to worry about everything going on there. So if you take off money, you know, you'll be able to play the game. So not really some of the problems yet. Right now, it's a nice little surge and plane. So, and also, you don't do these, there isn't very many combined arms, like military games. There isn't very many space and land games. You know, games that have both the space component and a ground combat component. And I think it's really hard to market it because it's very difficult to get into a good game loop. Because the ground combat and space combat, even though it's the same engine tech, even the same weapons, see my Starfire tutorial, they play completely differently. So if you want to do all space combats and everyone's playing ground, you either play with bots by yourself or you play ground with everyone else. Likewise, vice versa, if everyone's playing space and you want to play ground combat with like tanks and stuff, you're going to have to either play with bots or go to space. And to get that nice little fun loop. The next development, next small first game. Okay, so they say they're gonna do more. I think they might do an RTS because remember they want to do the whole. Thanks the main menu. They want to do the whole homeworld because this was originally an RTS. Yeah, you never saw population. Well, you saw population of this when it first came out in early access. So, how long is this gonna stay? We don't know. Space maps. Yeah, a lot of people want to do land on all maps, and space is not really that much. I think probably because it's again, it's really hard to go in, and with the ground maps, it's all one map, so you can walk from anywhere from your spawn point to the objective. In space, you can spawn directly into fighter. But again, if you're like trying to do what you did in the destroyer where you take out the core, you gotta spawn in the hangar or ship. You gotta get a shuttle to board, and then you got to spawn the board ones, and you know, there's quite a number of steps to go in to take out a ship if you're doing the destroy by core. Or you can get a ship to hit it out and, you know, ship battle, but still fun. And kind of like the ship battle sometimes, but you can easily extend yourself and overextend yourself and get cut off and blow your ship really quick. Well, that's my stream of fragmented conscious thoughts. Not very coherent, but I'm not really good at making these videos, as you can tell. Glad to see that it's out, and also it's got a lot of traction. A lot of people now doing let's plays and streams, and very much need to got like hours of other videos to watch through to look at it, and yeah. Well, Games Fun First 1.0. You don't already have it? I don't know. Let me know or something, and maybe I can hook you up with the copy.